All right, y'all. We are recording, and AI is available here. So I'm gonna just go ahead and start getting into it, so you can hear me letting people in as we go along. All righty. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We're gonna have a great meeting tonight, and we're gonna cover a lot of territory. And I'm gonna try to get you guys out of here as early as possible. Let's start off with the OHT of the training. It's called the flinch. All right. Can anybody tell me what the flinch is? Come on, this is interactive. Unmute yourselves and talk to me now.
Is that like what the girls call grasping their pearls? Like kind of pretending like you're offended with how someone responded and just suggesting something new?
A little bit like that. That's a little bit like that. It's actually a little bit more aggressive than that. But that is a form of flinch. Okay. So basically, and I'm going to use this in the context of your real estate commission. So you're there with a seller or there with a buyer and letting them know how much you charge for your commission. You know, our company, we charge 6% to sellers, and you need 3% from the buyers. So as we're filling out the forms and doing that, the seller may say, well, you know what? Other people wanted to charge me less. So would you take, say, X amount of percent? And a flinch would be like, what? Really? All that I bring to the table, all that I'm going to do to protect all your money, all that I'm going to do to make sure you get the best possible contract in front of you, after putting in all of that work and bringing all of that to the table. I mean, I have access to hundreds of years of real estate knowledge right here and right now. Are you going to tell me that you want me to work for a discounted fare, a discounted commission, discounted payment? I mean, you do a good job at your job. How would you feel if your boss came in and said, hey, you're doing a great job, but I want you to only make 75% of your salary today? You just say, what? Yeah, so don't come at me like that. There are a number of different objection handling techniques. So you have to play that one. That can't be your only arrow in your quiver, but that is one that you could definitely use. And when you just jump back like what, that will take them a little bit. They'll know that they violated that in many cases. Now, some hardcore negotiators, they'll recognize that that's a negotiating tactic and kind of go at it from there. Okay, so just wanted to let you know, just try it and use it. And every now and then, if somebody tells you, hey, we want you to drop your commission, what? Drop as hard as I work, and then there's a lot of other things you can go into on that. I'm only getting one piece of that pie. Everybody else gets a part of the pie. And you want to ask me, I'm doing all the work, paying all the money, doing all the marketing, doing all the contacting and the recontacting and the following up and things like that. And you want me to get paid less? Wow, what is that? Right. So that's the OHT of the night.
It's right. Like an offensive remark.
Yeah. They offended you. That's exactly it, Dolores. You're saying, you're offending me. And like for people who are not on a commissioned income, if you go to work and you say you're making $30 an hour, and you go in that day and the guy says, I love the way you're doing your work. I want you to continue working for me, but I'm only going to give you $20 an hour. You would what? You might ask why and things like that. And that is part of another objection handling technique. You want to know why what's their motivation. It's always, in that case, they want more money for themselves. There's always greed, but you just have to be able to explain to them how they actually lose money, because somebody who's willing to work for less of their money, you think they're going to fight for yours? I don't think so. All right, so that's actually so. Now today we're going to start off. I'm going to start doing this from time to time. It's covering code of ethics, and the code of ethics for realtors is very important. You can they can put you out of business if you violate them. If you're a realtor. Okay, so code of ethics, article number 1 says, when representing a buyer, seller, landlord, tenant, or other client as an agent, realtors pledge themselves to protect and promote the interest of their client. This obligation to the client is primary, but it does not relieve realtors of their obligation to treat all parties honestly And when serving all parties honestly, when serving a buyer, seller, landlord, tenant, or other party in a non-agency capacity, realtors remain obligated to treat all parties honestly. So that's just one of the 17 articles in the Code of Ethics. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to drop them into the chat. So the way that works is that you go into the chat and you'll see it in there. It'll be a link. Just hit the link and it'll open up on your computer. And before you close your computer out, save that information to where you want it to be saved to. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now, one of the things that you're going to see in the and I'm going to give you actually a copy of the agenda for today. So please watch the new Maryland contract and updated listing forms YouTube video. The link will be in your agenda. And it is a video, it's a little over an hour long, where they're covering all of the changes that were made in this past October's legislative year. So definitely get into that, because some things have changed and you need to know it because this is your profession. Okay, almost like a doctor or dentist, not reading the medical journal. You have to know what's going on. Okay. General information that we all know, all client documents must be emailed to me within 48 hours or 2 business days of being signed and ratified by the client. If not completely ratified, it will be returned to you to get it ratified. Okay. All right. We all know about the new online 100% virtual CE and pre-licensing school. You can go to dmvrealestatecareer.com, career without the S. And let me see if I can share my. Nah, I don't think I still have it up. But okay, yeah. No, I'm not gonna take time to do that. But so we definitely can do that. You will have it in there. So there is a free portal that I do want to go over. It's gonna be in your in your I'm gonna share the screen right now. I think I can get it up there. Boom, boom, boom. Share, and I don't need to share sound. Okay, zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay, learning. All right, this learning portal? You have a couple of them. So this is the learning portal that I'm going to take you to first. Basically, it is real estate training suite. For this one, it's realestatetrainingsuite.com. Real estate training suite, REAL estate training suite.com. This gives you a ton of different training now. Can you see my screen, everybody? And is this black bar in the middle of it?
I don't see black bar.
Okay, good. The navigation bar on mine is it. So right there, that takes you right to it now. All you have to do is go in and enroll for agents. And now I'm going to tell you there's a ton of learning in here. But when we get to the end of this thing, I'm going to tell you which one I want you to go to first. But this is right now, it's free. Okay. It's my company is paying for it. The corporation is paying for it, Sell State. So you get a chance to utilize it and learn everything that you may need to learn in order to take your business to the next level. Okay. So this is free for now. Get to it and go to it. You'll click on enroll for agents. I think it'll probably not work for me because I'm already in. And then you go to this dashboard, and what I'm going to tell you to search for is what's called SOI. And we'll cover that in a little bit. You go to SOI, and it'll bring you up to the module that you need for SOI, Sphere of Influence Training. You open that up, and you'll find there are 19 modules that you can take to make you a better realtor, make you more effective, take your business to the next level. Everything from how to contact your sphere of influence and all this other kind of good stuff that's in there. So we'll cover. Well, I guess I can cover it a little bit now. So when you go to this, and you have access to this, all of this will be in the chat. Soon as if you wait till the end, if not, you have to see it, and hopefully you can get it on the YouTube channel. Okay, who do you know? How to contact your sphere of influence? How to create a contact plan? How to grow it up? All the way down to module 19, which is tracking it, with a dashboard. And this training will give you all of the tools that you need to do that. They're all part of the process that's in there. Like I think if you go to tracking with a dashboard, okay, maybe it's not working because I'm I'm not actually, okay, yeah, here it is, that is. So you have video, tracking with a dashboard, audio, you can listen to it, you get a workbook, you get a dashboard, the whole 9 yards, all of the tools that you need to do this. What I do sometimes when I go riding, I'll put it on audio and put it on my phone and listen to that while I'm riding. So, you know, I did, but this is a whole training center that you have free to you. Okay. So I'm going to jump out of that and get back to where I was before. Okay. Well, let's get back in there and look at some, well, market stats. I don't think I'll say that either. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you all can see my screen, I'm assuming. Okay. With the market stats.
It says stay connected.
It says what?
Stay connected.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, I see. Yeah. Hold tight.
For generations, we've helped families doors bring beauty, value, and comfort.
All right. Mute yourself if you got stuff going on in the background, please. Okay. All right. So going to market stats now. All right. Can you see the market stats now?
No, we see your Google search page.
No,
Ooh, search page. Shame on you. Oh, okay. All right, let me stop the share. Okay. And start it again. All right. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. So now this is just right off of Prince George's County, September 2023 stats. And these are the things that you need to know. You should have this and be armed with this as you're talking to your clients, and we'll cover a little bit how you're talking to your sphere of influence and things like that. They're going to want to know that you are an educated professional in your profession. Okay. Do you know the stats, at least for our county? And you know, you can obtain stats if you do business in like Baltimore area, things like that. But you know, you can at least obtain the stats for this county. So you see here, sold dollar volume is down, okay, but the average sold price and the median sold price are up. Okay, units sold are down, but days on the market are up, which is not a good thing. It's only up a little bit by about one, but as opposed to September of last year. But knowing the trends, knowing where things are going, this helps you when you have a conversation with a seller as to whether you should put the house on the market now. Of course, the answer is always absolutely, but you then have to back it up with some information. So knowing these statistics and being able to tell them, say, well, you know, we're right now, you know, the sold dollar volume is down by 7.35%, but the median sold price is up by about $20,000. So, you know, there's good and there's bad. So just being able to explain that, I think, is really, really important in terms of what you do as a professional and how you present yourselves to your clients. And as knowledgeable and well-versed and you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about and everything there. Now, one of the things that I need you all to do is that we're in the third quarter. Okay, so we need to start doing our business plans. So I have a one-page, a one-on-one where you and I sitting down talking about your business plan, and it's a one-page business plan. It's going to take us about 30 minutes to deal with that. And the reason it's going to take us only about 30 minutes is because you have to do some things ahead of time. So this is about your mindset. Keeping your mindset right in this business will earn you a lot of money. Okay. So your business plan is more critical now than it has ever been. Okay. We're going through some turbulent times. The back of the Bible is true. There's wars between the descendants of Isaac and the descendants of Ishmael, and you know, back all but it could spread all over the world. So there's a lot of things going on. You know, If you try to wing it in this business, you try to fly by the seat of your pants, so to speak, you're going to end up with a lot of crumbs or be out of business. The failure rate in real estate is astronomical. Literally about 95% of people that started a real estate license, got a real estate license and started their business are out of the business after 10 years. I'll let that sink in for a minute. So, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Now, so I'm very serious about meeting with you and doing your business plan and giving and setting up a track for you to run on. There's a lot of good, solid reasons why you should have a business plan. One, it shows that you're serious about your business. Okay, when you go to SBA and want some money, you have to show them a business plan because they don't want to give money to somebody who doesn't know what they're going to do with it. Okay, all right. It does reduce your risk because, like I said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You don't know which way you're going. The business plan will do that for you. It also determines your financial needs. Part of your business plan is going to be for you to know how much are you going to need to do some advertising so that you can stay in business, so that you can continue to increase your business and increase your cash flow and your bottom line. So you get a chance to determine your financial needs. It gives you a chance to understand your clients. Now what you want to do is bring to the table a service upgrade, meaning that you can give them better service than any other Joe Blow with a real estate license. Okay, so you have to understand them. Also, your business plan keeps you accountable. Now, there are some people on this call, I'm sure you've had coaches before in one way or another. One of the things the coaches do is keep you accountable. Okay, they make sure that you're doing what you said you wanted to do. Okay, and so that's what this does for you. Having a business plan takes all of that into perspective. It's also easier than you think to actually just do one. Like I said, I have a one-page, very simple business plan that we're going to sit down and you'll see when you finish, you get it in writing. I'll keep a copy and you can execute on that with no problem. It does help you set accountable goals. Okay, you have to set accountable goals that are easy to be measured. I call them, you've heard them called SMART goals. I call them SMART-E goals. Okay, S, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time sensitive. In other words, has a deadline. And the why comes from your why. It all has to be about your why. How is it pushing your why? So SMART-E goals are important. And it gives you an opportunity to uncover some opportunities to do better. A lot of times, it's called the mastermind principle, where 1 + 1 = 3. There's almost this like a third mind in the room that is developed by when two other minds get together. So I'm looking for all of you to make your appointments to do that. Couple of things I need ahead of time, though, are those appointments. So now I'm going to go to my share my screen again and get out here. Come on, to share. Okay. When you go to retrainingsuite.com, now the other one was the whole word real estate trainingsuite.com, but retrainingsuite.com will bring you to this website. Everybody can see my screen? Hello?
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
Yes.
So yes. So what happens here is that you will put in your name, your first name, last name, and your email. Now, this is a DISC assessment. This will come to you, but you have to send it to me so that I can help to coach you and counsel you based on your DISC profile. And then it'll also help you deal with other clients and other customers and people in general. The DISC profile is a very highly skilled and very simplistic tool to use to just know, like, I know that I'm a high DI. And what happens is I irritate people sometimes when I finish their sentences for them. I can't help it. The word they're looking for pops into my mind. I'm like, I'm not trying to, get on your nerves, but I do. But now that I know that about myself, I'm trying to be, show some patience, let them get the word out, because it might be a different word, one. But you know, I mean, 99 times out of when I come up with the word, they're like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So let's get that in. You have to take this DISC assessment. It's going to come to you very quickly. Once you finish, it takes about 5 minutes to do, and then it's going to come to you, and you need to send that to me, please, before our business plan meeting. Okay. Next is the 2-page business questionnaire. So let me see if you all can see this. Can you see my screen? It says SDR business plan meeting agenda.
No.
Okay, let me back that down. Okay, let me stop the share. I'm working with the share thing. I'm working with it. I played with it earlier today, but I guess I ain't played with it long enough. All right, do you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so this is it. So we have a 2-page free business meeting plan here, and this is what I'm going to be kind of going over, what your goals are, things like that. What's your why? Top 3 reasons your business, will succeed. Top 3 reasons it could fail. We talk about SMARTY goals, things like that, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to send you this questionnaire. Once you send me your DISC profile, I'm going to send you this questionnaire. Now, actually, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Like say, if we hang in here till the end, I'm gonna just drop it in the chat, and that way, you can just download it yourself. Now, again, the way the chat works is once I put a link or a document in there, you have to open it up while we're still in the meeting and just let it sit on your computer. And after the meetings or after I stop the Zoom, go back to your computer and put it in the places that you want it to be so that you can find it later on. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is complete the DISC. Second thing you're going to do is complete this 2-page questionnaire, sending it to me. Then we schedule our appointment, be about 30 minutes. We meet in person in the office and just go on from there, and then what we're going to be doing is building your firm foundation to take your business to the very next level. So, that's the mindset. What we're going to do is talk a little bit about the tool sets that you need to be right now. We've talked about it before. Please, when it comes to your listings, get the Central Guard lockbox. Okay. Combo lockboxes are not safe in that anybody who has a combination in between the time you set it and the time you change it can't have access to that property. We don't want that liability on our shoulders. We don't want the time sitting in court explaining it to a judge. So get that, because you can actually give 20 different people 20 different codes all for the same time and tell exactly which one was used their code. So this now we talked about mindset. We're talking about tool set, and these are some of the tools that you need to have as Central Guard. Also, under your CRM, if you have the KV Core or any CRM you have, even if you don't have a CRM, utilize Facebook leads to generate Facebook to generate leads. The leads that you get from Facebook have their correct name and their cell numbers. And I found them to be, now, not all of them are ready to buy. Most of them are not ready to buy. A lot of times I was just looking, I was just clicking on the page. But guess what? Remember we talked about your sphere of influence before and how you can go to that and build that. You can put them in that. Your CRM will drip on them until they put their hand down and say, I don't want to be talked to anymore. And it'll do all of that for you. So let's build your database, as we used to call it in the old days, or sphere of influence. Okay, and do that. So again, we're still on tool set. So we talked about Central Guard lock boxes to protect our listings, and Facebook ads to get more business coming your way. And a lot of times, if they don't want to do business themselves, if you are presenting a valuable proposition to them, in other words, when you're in my database, I'm sending you good quality information, then they will be glad to send somebody to you if you handle that right. Okay. All right. Another thing you can do is get QR codes. They came up with we used to have business cards, and we still do. And then they came up with the electronic one, tap your phone and things like that. But a lot of people just taking a picture on their phone, and that's how your information gets into and to their phones, and then it's in there. So look into what you need to do to get QR codes. I started messing around with it for a little bit, but I didn't want to take a lot of time dealing with, because there might be like hundreds of different places. But you get a QR code, they take the picture of it, takes them right to your website. So if you have a decent website, that's what you want to do. Okay, so get your QR code and do that. So again, so those are the 3 tool sets I'm gonna give you, which is the Central Guard, use that, Facebook lead generating ads, and they're not that expensive, man. $60, $50, here or there. You can advertise your listing, you can advertise other people's listings that are in the company. So you can do that, and there's no problems there. Okay, so get your QR code. Now looking at skill sets, okay. You have to reach out to everybody that you know and everybody that knows you. Get in their head that you are the source for all real estate information. You are the real estate guru. If they see something about real estate, if they think something about real estate, they want to know something about real estate, you should position yourself in their mind so that you are the go-to person. You are the one that they can call, they can send a text, they can send an email, they can drop a call, just to see, hey, get an answer to a real estate question. But you have to set yourself up in their mind, because they're not going to always think of it like that. So you need to be the real estate guru for them. What I'm trying to teach you is how to build a real estate career that you can depend on from a referral-based business. There's a guy way back in the day called Joe Stump. Not even sure if he's still around. I think he is, though. His name of his company was By Referral Only. And, Teresa and I went out and took that class, and it was really awesome. It was up in New Jersey, and it was really awesome. I learned a lot, and I still use a lot of those tips and techniques to stay in touch with people. So when it comes to staying in touch with people, what we're looking at is, and you'll see this in the Sphere of Influence training, the SOI training, you need to touch them 40 times a year. 40 times. Now, that doesn't mean 40 phone calls. That doesn't mean 40 emails. That doesn't mean 40 texts, but it means at least 40 touches, and a combination of all of those things. Note cards, say, just thinking about you. Just all of those type of things. Holiday cards, gifts. This is that time of year. Events, and you'll see that actually in that same training too, where they can talk to you how to do a realtor event, that where you have a function and invite all your clients, invite all your sphere of influence. Yeah, you're paying for it, but again, imagine the level of referrals that you can get. So I'm gonna throw a number out there. Say you spend $2,000 on some catering and things like that, some music or DJ, something like that, or gospel jazz band or something like that, and they just enjoy themselves. Who are they going to think of next time they have a real estate question, or somebody around them has a real estate question? They're going to think on you. So you can do events, you can send calendars, I've had a lot of success with that. They're like, Chuck, I'm thinking about selling my house and I see your face on my refrigerator. Hey, when can we talk? Obviously phone calls, just touching base. Hey, how you doing? Things like that. And there are a lot of scripts and verbals, and that you'll see in that SOI program there. Texts, and these days and times, videos. You can send out a quick video, and it is more impactful than if you send out a text. So there are a lot of things to do. And again, that's in the real estate training suite and the RE training suite. So the RE training suite, you'll send me your disc profile. Real estate training suite, you'll get all of that information. I want you to start on SOI first. There's a lot of stuff in there, but if you start on that's that foundational training that you'll have to build a business that'll last for decades. Okay, because people, they don't all move in the same year. But if you're being in touch with them, if you're in their face and let them know that you are the person and you serve them, you give value to them, then you're going to be the one that they're going to look for and look at when it comes time for their real estate. So make sure you do that and check on that. Now that SOI is 19 modules. It's not going to be something you can do in an hour or so. You have to go through them all, and it's a it's how I like it. Why I like it is because it builds your business. I like to do that with people. I tell them, they want to get in business, they want to do real estate, and I'm telling them, okay, well, you need some things. You need a lockbox, you need a central lock key. You need to have a CRM. You need to have some decent cards. You need to have at least one sign because somebody may say, hey, come sell my house. You have to have a lot of things, and I cover this all in the 30-day portion when somebody comes on board. Not everybody does everything, but it is what it is. So, I like this program because the SOI builds a business model for you that you can add to and that you can use on, that you can rely on, because you're doing things that 97, 98% of other realtors are just not doing. They are not touching their database. They're not touching the sphere of influence with 40 touches a year. Okay. And once you systematize it, it makes it a lot easier. It might seem overwhelming at first, but once you put systems in place that it happens, you just, how do you eat an elephant? One spoon at a time. So, so you're not overwhelming yourself. Okay. So, and this course can increase your income and all that good stuff significantly. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few minutes to, load this stuff into the chat box. But I want you to all take heed to this. The second Wednesday of next month, I will be out of town doing our business plan. Okay, so we're going to be doing our business plan. Me and my wife, we're going to be doing our business plan in terms of what things and talk about all sorts of things, not only real estate, but just all sorts of things. So I'm going to be away doing that and just getting into that, what our founding pastor used to call R&R. And, we're going to do that thing, but we're going to do some planning and things like that and kind of look at what went right in 2023 and what needs to change, what do we need to keep, what do we need to let go and do something different and look forward to 2024. Okay. But our next meeting is going to be the last meeting of the year. It is going to be a dynamic meeting. It's going to be awesome. Okay. It's going to be November 16th, which is the Thursday before Thanksgiving. It's going to start at 6 o'clock and it's going to run a full hour. My coach, my broker coach is going to be doing the training, and it is all on the DISC profile. So I need you to have before you can attend this meeting, you have to have your DISC profile sent to me because I have to send them to her. And then she is going to teach the class, and we're all going to be blessed by her. She's very, very sharp. She's literally she's very good at using this DISC profile and knowing it and teaching it. So she's going to teach a class on it. The class is free, so there's no charge, no anything else. All you have to do is show up, and you will learn things that will help you in business, in life, in all relationships. In you meet somebody new, you'll be able to know kind of what they like, what they don't like, what to do, what not to do, and especially for us in sales, because we meet people, and we all know that people we want people to people will do business with us if they know, like, and trust us. But how do you maybe build that know, like, and trust? And are there certain things that you can say or not say that help to build that bridge? So I think it's going to be beneficial for everybody. Everybody, if you know anybody, then it's going to be good for you to know. Again, that's November 16th at 6 p.m. That will be our last meeting for the year. Come December, we head up to the mountain and just kind of more reflect, finish up the business for the year and things of that nature there. So why don't I open up for questions while I load all of this stuff into the chat? Does anybody have any questions? I can find the chat. Well, don't everybody shout at once. There we go. Oh, okay. All right. Well, just hang in there. Give me about 4 minutes to just upload all of these things to the chat. Meeting agenda. So everything in here. Right. So I'm uploading the code of ethics. That's the whole code. And you'll see there's 17 things. I want us to be definitely mindful of what we're doing in our business and what other people are doing. If somebody's doing something foul, you need to know what article they violated. And that way, if you need to take them, go after them a little bit. Oops. If you need to go after them for something, then you can. All right, so I have in there that. And what I'm going to do is also put in there the business plan questionnaire so that you can have that ahead of time and you have the links for everything else. Let me find that thing. Sorry about that. I didn't put that in there like I was supposed to. Okay. I'm not finding that. I must have put it in a place that I can't locate it right now. But so you have the code of ethics, the meeting agenda, the Prince George's County. Tell you what, I will send it to everybody. I'll send it to everybody. Anyway, I'll send it to you in your email. That'd be the easiest way rather than keep you guys on hold here while I get my little act together. So is everybody able to get their these documents out of the chat? Talk to me, people.
It's not showing up in the chat, so I think the sending the email would probably be best.
Yeah,
Really?
I agree because it's not showing up.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
normally it does. This time it didn't show up.
Right now. You see it now?
In the chat?
Yep.
Oh,
It's coming out direct, so maybe try to resend it and choose everyone.
Oh, it came out to just you, Tiana? Okay, my bad. Yes, sure did. Okay. The meeting. Okay. All right. So it's going to everyone. To the code of ethics. Meeting agenda. Prince George's County. What is this? Oh, that's why I didn't save it in there. Okay. Yeah, so you should have everything now except for the business plan, pre-business plan agenda, but that's fine because you've got to send me your disc profile anyway. So you know where to go for your disc profile. The links are in the and then what's this misfigure there in the chat. And yeah. Can everybody get it? Are you seeing it in the chat now?
No,
I don't see anything.
I don't see it.
What?
And no,
Yeah, it's nothing in the chat.
Boom shakalaka. There you go.
okay, now I see it.
Yeah. Come on, say broker Chuck. Press the send button. Hey. Gotta laugh at yourself sometime. Wish I can get that other form to you. Okay. All right. And also, like I said, once I get your disc profile back, like I said, when you go there, it's gonna only take about 5 minutes. It's gonna ask you some very questions. Don't try to overthink it. Just do it, and you should be good to go. All right. Any
All right.
questions?
No.
No, none. And let me see how many people are here. Everybody. Okay. All righty. Let me do one thing here. Pick me up. Don't anybody leave just yet. Give me a minute. Okay, gotcha. All right. All hearts and minds clear. We can go out and make some money. All right, I'm here and really looking forward to you guys sitting down with you one-on-one, and let's map out 2024. This is going to be an awesome year coming up. It is, because there's a thinning of the herds coming on right now. And so we have the opportunity to position ourselves in front of that and come out on sweet on the other side. Just ride it on up. Right? Any questions? Any concerns?
Nope. Everything
Right.
is fine.
All is good.
All is good.
All right, fantastic. All righty then. Look, I talk with you guys. I will see you on Thursday, November 16th. That's going to be a disc profile class. Is going to be awesome. I'm going to be doing a lot of promoting of it. So and she's going to teach it. She is dynamite. She's a rocker and a roller. So she's very, very smart at what she knows and does. So okay, dope. All right, y'all. Take care.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.